We got a Feh Channel for June 2022, and I want to talk about what was revealed. Not the longest Feh Channel, but quite a good bit of news to discuss. First up, the Book 6 Midpoint trailer was showcased, and I highly recommend you watch it because we got our first look at the gods of Embla and Askr. Lady Embla has a bat design similar to Elm, and she's sporting an eye patch along with a similar white hair like Veronica. She also throws a massive spear, but considering we know Askr and Embla are dragon gods, because this Fire Emblem, I'm sure they'll have some kind of transformation we still have to see. Speaking of which, Lord Askr makes a true godlike entrance looking like he owns a joint, and he's dressed similar to Ash. He even has his own belt-type staff. He gives everyone a nice smile and wink, and his hair color is similar to Gustav and Alphonse. Askr and Embla weren't the only surprises though, because we also got Veronica in a new outfit. We know Veronica and Bruno are still under the curse of Embla, so it's likely now that Embla has shown up herself, Veronica will be forced to fight us against her will once again. We still don't have base Veronica in the game yet, but could this new attire be an Ascended alt? I've been saying that Ascended alts could finally be our ticket to a new, stronger Askr trio, and maybe it could happen with the two gods finally showing themselves after all this time. We'll have to see how Book 6 wraps up in the second half. Now, to celebrate the Book 6 midpoint, we have some nice freebie rewards. First up, login bonus with 120 dragonflowers of each kind, 60 divine dew, and 60 refining stones. Next, we have some quests which offer some orbs, heroic grails, sacred coins, and more. These will probably be pretty basic as usual. Next, because Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes releases later this month, we are getting some Feh integration. Spoilers, no 3 Hopes banner just yet, but I really doubt they won't jump on the opportunity to get more characters in, considering we even have another protagonist in Shez. Maybe after summer cools off, we could see Shez and more, but for now, in Feh, we have 13 3 Houses themed banners coming up. We will get a new one daily starting June 8th, but each banner lasts for 4 days, so you have a little bit of time to summon. These banners are also sparkable, and we also have seasonal units returning, such as Winter Bernie, Summer Ingrid, or even Mythic Sothis herself. Be sure to do your free summons to test your luck though. That's not all though. When 3 Houses released back then, they had a special promotion for Feh players who bought the game by giving you a free male Byleth. Well, you don't have to buy 3 Hopes, but everyone's going to be getting another free unit because we're having another A Hero Rises event just for 3 Houses. Starting right now, you can cast your vote just like during the anniversary A Hero Rises event, and the winner is going to be given out to all players on June 24th, aka when 3 Hopes comes out. That's a very nice gesture, but we got some ground rules to go over because you cannot vote for all 3 Houses characters. I've pulled the lineup from the website, and the catch is that you can only vote for characters from the Academy arc, aka no time skip versions. Mainly this means no legendary or brave alts of Claude, Dimitri, or Edelgard, no legendary Byleths, no brave Marianne or Letizia, and no war phase only units like the new Fallen Rhea or the infamous Fallen Edelgard. Additionally, no duels, harmonics, or heroic grail units. I thought we might get another Edelgard fiasco once again, but we're only limited to the base Edelgard, and I'm not sure she can pull enough votes. Keep in mind though, we're on to year 3 units for refines, and the first 3 Houses characters are in that group. Now, you may have noticed that we have 39 characters, and basically it's everyone available to summon on the 13 banners coming out. Some big hitters are obviously the more recent units such as Halloween Rhea, the Ashen Wolves including Yuri, and you even got Flame or the Gatekeeper. Now, power creep aside, we may still end up in a popularity contest with the house leaders, so if base Edelgard is up there in the rankings, well, I wouldn't be surprised. Good luck everyone, and get those votes in. I'm really looking forward to 3 Hopes later this month. Alright, so next we got news of our next new Heroes banner, and it's themed around Blazing Blade. Finally, we're getting the Christmas Cavs Kent and Sane. Kent appears to be our demote for this banner. I won't be doing any in-depth review here, but we got a lot of info from the Feh Channel, including stats and skills. Kent has some nice speed, and he's going to be a Sword Cavalier. He has attack and speed bond, a snag skill, and reposition. He has the Allied Sword Plus, which probably isn't a big deal, but it'll be a support option if you need it. As for Sane, he's a Lance Cav, and I'm not really sure if I'm reading his stats right, but assuming his weapon buffs his attack and speed, and it adds +3 attack on top, he might be sitting at 42 at base attack, which is very high. If Jolly Jade Lance doesn't have +3 attack, that would put him at 45 attack, which is kind of insane. He also has some speed, but attack seems to be his focus. Sane seems to have speed and defense catch 4, flow refresh, and he has built-in Kanto. I'm assuming it's built-in Kanto remaining +1. Next up is Ascended Florina. She appears to be a flying colors archer with very high speed, and she's going full out offense. Her bow gives at least +6 attack and speed with accelerated specials. Her kit is very solid, taking speed push 4, joint drive speed, and speed defense 4 trace, I believe. We'll have to see what other bonuses her bow gives, but considering she's based on Lyn and Feh mentioned Sakai, I could imagine some Sakai's blessing type shenanigans. That would be nice considering Florina does not seem to add any defense or res to her kit. Last up is Letizia, deciding to upstage the Ascended Hero spot. Important to note, she does not appear to be Mythic or Legendary. I will continue to be salty at Mythic Elder. Stat-wise, she seems to match her data mine enemy stats with low speed and a little bit of bulk to work with. Her tome, I assume, will not change from the story. Quick reminder, it gives +6 attack, inflicts -6 attack, it gives a follow-up attack, and she can inflict up to -9 to all stats on the foe based on certain conditions. These include a nearby ally, a nearby foe for target, a bonus on Letizia, or a penalty on the foe. If you can meet 3 of those, you get the max debuff. For her base kit, Letizia is going to have attack and res catch 4, attack and res 4 trace, and rouse attack and res 4. Very basic attack and res stacking, but she does have 35 defense, and it's possible for her to inflict -18 attack on the foe. Not bad for a mage cav, but she's going to be susceptible to no follow-up. The book 6 midpoint banner is going to be Letizia, Ascended Florina, Sane, and Kent. Last new heroes banner for a bit since I assume the double summer banners are coming next. Because Letizia stole a spot, we're getting an instant demote, I believe, and it's going to be Guy, or as I learned, it's pronounced Guy. You can get 2 5-star copies via some quests. Guy is once again probably a demote since he has an inheritable sword, but don't write this guy off just yet. He's very fast, 43 base speed, so if you didn't like Skyhawk's stat spread, then well, here you go. He has life and death, Glimmer, a dual threaten, but Glee is bringing a new Vulture Sword Plus. Assumingly this is the same as the Vulture Tome, aka it's a Pledgian sword. The red demote pool has felt awful for years, but the devs are taking some steps to improve it. We've just recently gonna be adding 3 new modern sword units into the pool with some new inheritable weapons and skills. To cap off the Blazing Blade characters, we have a Grand Hero battle for Limstella. I can't believe it, but once again, the Grand Hero battle mages continue to impress this year. Limstella has a unique tome, the Morph Involvator, and is sporting an extremely tanky stat spread. They seem to be a green version of Sonya to a degree, and their weapon seems to inflict -8 attack and res. For skills, they have defense res form and sabotage attack, which is pretty decent for budget purposes. Now, for one big downside is that Limstella seems to inflict 15 damage on their allies after combat. That is not great generally, so Morph Involvator better have a couple more effects up its sleeve. Last up, we have some Aether Raids updates. First, there's a brand new special season called the Chaos Season. The first Chaos Season starts June 21st and it's entirely separate from the other mythic elements. From what we've heard from Feh, Chaos Season disables all legendary and mythic blessing bonuses. That would be also imply you can just straight up mix and match mythics to your heart's content. There are probably more conditions to this game mode, but we'll have to wait for more info. Another feature is that a bonus unit slot is dedicated to an entire version of heroes. For example, the first season you can use any unit from book 1 as a bonus unit, and I'm sure we'll move on to book 2, then 3, and so on. Additionally, Chaos Season is completely separate lift value wise. Everyone's going to be seeded based on the regular season previously, but from the second Chaos Season onward, lift values are their own. Not sure what to think of Chaos Seasons just yet, but I guess we'll have to see what everyone does when certain mythics no longer are mandatory for scoring. I do think you're still going to need mythic heroes, but you can probably pull from other seasons, no problem. For non-chaos specific news, we have 3 new Aether Raid terrains to try out. We also have 3 new Aether Resort terrains to customize with as well. That'll be it for this Feh channel, and boy, it was a fun one. Askr and Embla are here, and I hope book 6 starts to kick off now that the gods are in play. Don't forget to vote for A Hero Rises 3 Houses edition, and if you're interested, 3 Hopes releases in less than a month's time. Hopefully, no surprise delays. I'm still bummed out about Advanced Wars, man. Well, that's it for now. Coming up next, we're going to talk about some refines, the full banner breakdown, and a closer look at Limstella. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys soon.